It's day 10 of the juice cleanse, so I just thought I'd tell you how I'm feeling, and I'm actually really surprised. I feel super energized, like 100% more energy. Well, I don't know if it's 100%, but way more energy than I had before I started this, and I didn't expect that. I expected around now to feel kind of sluggish, maybe fever, body aches, like I'm coming down with something because of the detox, but I haven't had that at all. I had a day where, actually it was a day before yesterday, I think it was, that I felt tired, and it wasn't a big deal. I still did all my stuff, but I could just tell. I was like, I just want to kind of chill today. And I don't know what that was. It could have been the heat, but it also could be just, maybe that was a little bit of my detox, and it's just been more subtle. So I've been happy about that, and I'm happy with the amount of energy I have. Like I'm telling you, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. I keep saying out loud to myself, I have so much energy right now. Like I'm motivated to do things that, like I haven't felt like making soap or doing the usual stuff for a while now. And I've been putting it off and putting it off. And I just really want to make soap, and I really want to clean out my closet. So I just want to do things that I haven't done in a while, that have kind of been staring at me, that need to be done. And I just haven't done them. So there's that. So I'm happy about that. The juicing itself, it's not cheap. I will say that. If you're getting like organic fruits, it's not cheap. So because it's like, for a week, it's like 42 oranges, 42 grapefruits, a pineapple every day. And so, there's a financial commitment that comes with it for sure. But if you're gonna get, cheaper fruits and vegetables, like everything I'm getting is from, I go to that natural grocery store in Little Rock, and I've been getting it from there. I was in a store in a place similar to that in Springfield, and I got everything from that place. And, those organic stores are not cheap. And then we went to Costco and got some like celeries. That was a big saver, was to get some of that. And then I got some of the cucumbers from Lesson Book Farms in here locally. And so that was really helpful. I haven't been able to find cilantro or parsley locally. I have some that I'm growing, but not nearly, it's 3 bunches of cilantro and 3 bunches of parsley every day. And I'm just not growing that much. And if I had known, I would have grown so much if I had known I was going to do this. And which I have since starting this. I seeded a whole bed of just cilantro and a whole bed of parsley, because my idea is that I'm going to keep drinking these in the morning, even when I'm done with my juice cleanse. This recipe of the cilantro, the parsley, the cucumber, lemon, ginger, turmeric, and I can't remember what else. Celery. Did I say that already? So my plan is to keep drinking those. So I want to have my own parsley and, my own. I am growing ginger, but not enough ginger. So I'm going to have to beef that up, because it's 6 inches of ginger. If you make the 3 jars, which I don't know if I'll make the 3 jars or if I'll just make 1. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm feeling really good, and I'm very surprised about that. And if you had questions, or if you saw the video that I posted about when people think they have the flu and it's a detox, some folks might be like, she's talking crazy right now. But if you read, I pulled this, one of my favorite books is The Invisible Rainbow. If you read this book, it will really open your eyes up to what's happening when we have symptoms that are called flu symptoms. And it's the history of electricity and all the research they have from historically of looking at as electricity lines, as electrical grids were put up, the outbreaks of people getting sick, which symptoms were flus, and how diabetes showed up around those times as well. And it's a great book. And it also talks about weather doctors and how there used to be weather doctors, because one of the things, how we get the seasonal flu? Well, one of the things that they talk about that would happen is that when there's a change in temperature and humidity, the cilia in your lungs and, through your sinuses, all your respiratory system, those are working all the time. Those are working to keep your lungs and your sinuses clear. So it's moving that mucus out. It's moving, the trapped pathogens that you have around you. and it's moving that. It's in charge of keeping that mucus going and keeping everything clear. Well, they don't work the same when there's a shift in temperature and humidity. And I think the shift in humidity can be really subtle in order for them to change. And that's what happens around wintertime. There's that shift in between the temperature drop and the humidity change. And so the cilia aren't working the same way. So we get that congestion, and your body is then responding like it's so intelligent. That's amazing what your body knows and what it can do and how it can heal itself. And so it is now working really hard to get rid of all that that's starting to get backed up and sitting in your system. So that's your cough and that's your cold, and you want all that to move out and get out. Those are toxins that are moving out of you. So not saying that there's not other things going on. Another great book, if you're interested in this topic, is Can You Catch a Cold? This book is. So I'm almost done with it, because all this back here is the actual research studies. So I'm almost done with the actual content of the book, and I've just highlighted so much in here because I get really into my books. But it just kind of helps me, it helps me think about how much control I have over how I feel. I don't have total control, but there's a lot of things that I can do, and just having a perspective on environmental exposure and what that can do for my health or to my health is something that I just find that empowering. So anyway, that was me getting sidetracked. What else about the juice? So costly, yes. I feel great. I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm not sure. 40 days is the ideal suggestion. I did find out that I can take the juices on the plane. I had no idea you could take juice on a plane. You just tell them that you're on a liquid medical diet and you can take the juice, and you have to tell them you don't want them to x-ray it, because I don't ever pass through those little x-ray things that I don't want to be x-rayed, because I don't want those frequencies, because that's going to mess up the mitochondria and all the things I'm trying to do to be healthy. So I do the pat down instead. And yeah, I'm not going to do the facial recognition either. I'll opt out of that. That's all voluntary stuff, so why would I do it? Okay, what else about the juice? I really like our juicer that Morgan and I went in on, the Nama juicer. It's great. And we're sharing right now. She's using the Nama and I'm using the Omega. But the Nama juicer, I got so much more juice out of it. And the first day I wasn't quite sure how I liked it. I was like, I think I want to keep using the Omega. But now that I've used it for a day or so, or at that time I used it for a day or so, now it's been longer. I love it. And I love how it gives me so much. Like, I think when I use the Omega, I get almost 3 of these jars. When I use the Nama, I get 3 full ones plus more, like probably smaller jar full. So it's making the food go farther. So I like that. As far as the system of doing the juices, it's really not that hard. I mean, it depends on your schedule, obviously, but you could make them the night before if you have to get up early. And then you have all your stuff done. You don't have to cook any food. You don't have to spend any other time in the kitchen. It takes like an hour and a half to do all the juices if you're doing them all at one time, which that's what I do. I just do them all at once. And then I'm not in the kitchen the rest of the day. So it's pretty much the same as if I was making meals through the whole day anyway. So let's see, what else? So there's the cost. I feel good. Am I hungry? That's probably like the first thing I should have talked about. On one of the days, definitely. Like Morgan and I on the same day, she came over after work. She's like, I felt hungry today. I said, I did too. I don't know what that was about. And she started a day before me. So it wasn't because we were both on day 3 or whatever it was. Because I think it was like day 3 or day 4 maybe. And then I had another day where, not yesterday, day before yesterday, where I was thinking more about food and things that I'd like to eat. And I was trying not to let my brain like get stuck on that. Like, oh man, because I went to one of the little farmers markets and they have the bread, like I really like the sourdough bread. And I'm like, oh, warm bread right now sounds really good. And I was like, okay, let it go. It'll be there when you're done with this. It's not going anywhere. And so, giving up something temporarily for a long-term result is not super difficult for me just because of other things that I've done. over the years have probably kind of mentally prepped me for something like this, and you know, health issues that I've had. That's something too. You know, if you've had a health issue, then you know you might be a little more bought in than you were if you've, you know, not had anything that you faced that's kind of giving you a little bit of a scare. So I think that's probably it. That's probably all that I need to share with you. I don't know. I mean, I've had some folks reach out and ask me some questions. So that was, so it was mostly like, are you hungry? How do you feel? I can't imagine not eating food. And it's really, I don't know, it's just not that hard, which I thought it was going to be really hard. And it's not, because we're getting so many calories. It's not like a fast. We're not fasting. You know, we're getting a lot of calories. So, and I'll probably lose some weight, I would imagine, on this, but it might be because I'm more energized and I'm doing more. I'm not sure. Because like right now, I'm going to go to the gym. I never go to the gym at this time. It's like, I don't know what, almost 6 o'clock. And I was like, I want to go to the gym. And I go to the gym normally this time to teach yoga, but I'm not teaching today. It's my day that I don't. And I never go to the gym at this time unless I'm going to go teach yoga. And so I just felt like I want to go work out. So I could work out here, but I know that I'll work harder if I go to the gym. So I'm going to go down to, I go to Freeform Fitness there in Highland. And if you've not checked them out and you're local, they're awesome. And the owners are awesome. So highly recommend. Okay, I think that's it. Have a good day. Goodbye.